we have found that it opens up a new language, that you've given people a compass into understanding and a way to sort of point those, individual coaching conversations from leader to employee. And we're seeing a lot of success with that opening in a conversation that wasn't happening anymore. Previously it was, we really need you to work on this. Now it's a conversation on what is it that's holding you back? What can we lean into so you can gain an understanding? Maybe they're not in the right seat on the bus. Maybe this isn't the best use of what they bring to the table. But even reframing some conversations.
We're partnering with people throughout the organization who want to thrive in their role or maybe looking for different roles. So we're talking about strengths, so we're trying to figure out, what are you really good at? How are you executing that in your current role? And then what do you look to do in the future? Where do you want to be? What type of strengths align with those particular characteristics of the role that you're seeking? Yeah, I think for the person leaving that room, they're changed. They look at their management style differently. They actually embrace it. I think in the past, the way the conversations went were basically, this is what you're doing wrong, right? And so they're constantly focused on benchmarking and measuring themselves against other managers. Managers were able to open up more and express some of the areas that they want to work on. And then they also walked away with a set of confidence, right? A boost of confidence, rather, hey, I'm doing really well in these areas, and it's because I'm positive, or it's because I'm strategic. And they walked away with those aha moments. It's a very intimate session, so people feel a sense of relief that someone's listening to them. It's a part of development they've never gotten before in the history of the company. So it's interesting that they're getting outside counsel, so usually it's just them and their manager talking about their independent goals and professional development goals. But when outside counsel comes in, a representative from HR comes in and really sits down and says, okay, how do you want to grow? I'm here to help you grow. It's just a different conversation.
Talk to the team leaders and talk to them and say, this is something that you'd be able to use to get to know who you have on your team and what drives them, what are their natural talents and themes, and for that leader to connect with each person on the team in a way that can help drive their potential, whether it be on a day-to-day basis or whether it be with performance throughout the year, hopefully through ongoing coaching conversations. That leader can really help drive the development of the people that are working for them.
I just love to see and help other people when I facilitate workshops, and you can tell that you said something to someone in answer to a question where they have that moment, and you can tell in the way they're looking at you and in their whole way that they're sitting or standing that you really enlightened them to something great about them. I love those moments of where I see the light go on and I'm using it to help that person grow and learn and see something great about themselves that they can use. And in the name it, claim it, aim it process, I've given them something where they can really claim their talent and turn it into strength, really aiming it.
The personal awareness is really a foundation and the beginning point for continuous performance improvement. What we're doing is we're really challenging people to step up and say from a behavioral standpoint, now that you have this knowledge, now that you have this information, what does it mean to you? And what are you expecting of yourself? What are the expectations other people have of you? And how's it going to change what you do Monday through Friday? Learning to use the strengths or learning about the strengths is fine. Learning to use them and apply them in a more rigorous way, a more focused and targeted way, I think is really what we're about. This is something that we want and expect people to put to work. And we say to them, what are we going to see you doing on Monday that you weren't doing on Friday? What will it look like? Is it observable, measurable? Is it something that's going to have an impact? And when people are at a loss for how to answer those questions, that's where the coaching comes in. Let's understand these strengths. Let's figure out what it might look like. And let's have some fun with this. Let's experiment. Let's try some new things, develop some new competencies kind of try these wings that maybe need some opportunities to develop.
The thing that I keep forefront in my mind is keep the strengths out there, keep that a focus. By having the strengths as an opportunity to go through those each day and think about what am I doing and why am I acting this way and why am I feeling this way, and helping people use that as the language to talk about instead of how they're worried about a change happening to them, but let's think about what's inside the circle and let's help them through strengths.
I tell my leaders that you leave my session with empowerment, this understanding of these powers you have. What's incumbent upon you now is to figure out how you use them. And it sets up a dynamic where the energy is really about good and they leave wanting to learn more and do more.